Okay. I'll stop this. No, okay. Yeah, see, I will tell you the problem. Go back to your response. See, it is, what is it saying? The response is coming in Java util linked hash map Java util, correct? And there says the message student DB updated request is completed. So what does this mean? Your response is coming. The student DB request is completed. That response is coming back, but it is coming in some Java format, correct? No? It is writing Java util hash, and you can see your status message also. It is 200 and okay. So everything is fine, but only thing is it is coming in Java. Now go back to your code. In the code, what you have written that your response payload should be the output application slash Java. You change it to JSON. One second. Before you do that, go to console again. Go to console. Clear the log. Clear the logs. Yes. And now go to response payload. Change the application slash Java to JSON. What it basically tries to say is that the output that I'm going to write, in which format it is. Now save this. Okay. Once you saved, go to console and see whether the logs it is getting. Yeah. Let's wait till it gets redeployed. Yes, it got redeployed. Still deployed. Okay. Initializing app. Yeah. Now go back to Postman and check once. Perfect. Are you able to get the flow actually, the first flow?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. In that case, what I would need is the second flow. It will be all same. Only thing is, this is the update request, right? Can you do the same for delete request? I can help you out with if there is any correction. Same flow. This flow we created for update request. Actually, what you have to understand is this we have kept it very simple. I'm just printing a one-line logger and just a response message saying it update is done. But in actual scenario, the business logic. Okay. So it might be an actually a request student details that is coming into place, which we are going to update it in the DB and then respond back. But here, just for our learning purpose, we are just printing the messages and loggers and response message. Okay. So here is where your business logic comes actually. Okay. So can we actually create one flow for the student delete request? So it is also my expectation is same. I will just say delete request. I will send delete. Then it will say students deleted from the database.
Request,
No, that is what we send it from the postman. Correct. So we are developing a listener which will listen to our request. No, as I told,
One more listener.
this is going to be a new flow. You can't have two listeners in a single flow. Okay. So you can't have two listeners in the single flow. So basically, this session is to understand only that what are the different kinds of mistakes that we do. Okay. So what and all mistake we do while configuring, that is what we'll understand. Okay. Okay. Why did you add request here? It is a listener only, no? Okay. So the request, whatever you are doing, that is you are actually sending it from the postman. Delete that. So, okay, I think we need little discussion at this place. Okay. So yeah, let me share my screen, Rakesh. Okay.
Okay.
Um, hope this is visible now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So when I say listener, what does that mean? Imagine we just now we created this. No? This is a listener. Okay. So when we create a listener, that means he is listening. This guy is listening. Okay. You can any request that we are going to send to this IP, he is listening. Correct. How shall I say? So, okay, the best, easiest example what I can say is you take this google.com. Okay.
Mm.
Once you take this google.com, actually this google.com is nothing but there is an IP host and all in the background. Okay. As I told earlier, this IP is actually they converted to some domain and this domain name we are seeing. Okay. So because this guy is listening, we are able to send him the request. Okay. Now, what is my request? My request is to search. For example, if I say, okay, let's search mules of develop, developer jobs. Okay. So this is my input to this request. If you see this this URL, see here, this is a google.com HTTP. Yes, this is HTTP secure colon double slash www.google.com/search. Then there is something I told you something about like a query parameter and all, which we'll see it later. So these are all query params. Okay. So other than if you see this is also URL. This is actually been hosted somewhere. So how we are sending? We are sending a request. It has a front end, a UI. In the UI, you type whatever you want. Once you type and send this here, this will be sent as a request, and this is the response that I'm getting. I hope you are able to understand this. Only when
Yeah.
google.com listens, I can send a request. If google.com doesn't listen, the request will not go anywhere. As it was saying, no, you got an error for the same thing, right? What is the error that you got? If
Mm.
you read this as get, it says there is no listener. Method, okay, this is saying method not allowed because this method is not there. I will tell you one more thing. Post this update, I will send it as update 1. Okay, and I will send. So it says no listener for the endpoint. Okay, that means no one is listening at this student slash update 1. Where is our listener is
Mm.
actually listening? He is listening at a local host port this, but our path is student and update. This is the path where our listener is actually waiting. Only if I send request to this IP, then only he will respond. If I send any changes here, if I make this as a get, he will say method not allowed because this is not what we defined. And if I keep a post and if I change anything, just let's see that if we change it port 81 to 82 and send. See, it says connection refused only. There is nothing is running on this 8182.
Mm.
So on the 8081 and update, this is the place where it's actually listening. And how we made it? Because how we know that? Because we created a listener. We created a listener where this listener has the configuration and has the details of the IP port and protocol. Okay. And along with that, what we have done, we have also given the base path and subpath. So we know what we have configured. The same path URL we are giving it here. Okay. So this is for updating the student database. So similarly, if I have to delete, how would my endpoint look like? You are going to develop it, but I'm just going to give some clues. Okay, because this is the first one, right? I can.
Student delete.
Yeah, exactly. So what I will do here, how would my endpoint look like? This is a student. Okay, and my sub path will be delete. Correct? That is what we have discussed here. What we have planned to delete, we
Mm.
have kept we will treat it delete. And what will be my method? Method I'm going to select as delete. Okay. So
Hmm.
now I have one more question now. Okay. So this actually I have updated this and clicking on send now. Is if you have hosted in your system, if I send this, still I will I be getting a response or no?
In my system.
Yeah, you have actually deployed the project in your system. Okay. On the same this localhost 8081, and I will send it from here. Will you be able to will I be able to get the response or no?
If the local host is different, no, you will not get.
Correct, exactly. Okay. So when we are hosting actually localhost, my localhost is actually local to my system. It is my physical
Hmm.
system. Correct. We are not on any server. Imagine in actual what happens in the project. This is not a local host. Okay. In the project, there will be dedicated servers and those IP and ports would be given. I wanted to actually bring this point. So imagine now if we just open this Google also, no? Google.com. Okay. Hmm. See, there is some IP and port details that we have here. So if these IP port and all those things we take it, if we hit this now, these details we can actually hit it. Even if I hit, we will get the same response. Even if you hit it, we will get the same response. But this local host, we are actually hosting it locally. So until we actually host it and make it in deploy in our own system, it will not we will not get response. And in actual projects, what will happen? This IPN port will be given to our team, where they will say we want to host this APIs at this user and password or with this port, this IP, and or else sometimes they give the domain name, they change the domain. So all these details will be shared by the team. Okay. So for our starting of this, we have planned for a delete. My method is delete, and this is my endpoint. So now can I request you to develop this on the studio? I will stop sharing my screen. Maybe probably you can share your screen.
1 second.
Yeah. Yes, please.
One new listener I've got.
Yeah, we have got the listener. Yes. Now in the listener, what is the? It has a red thing, something. That means it has still error. Correct, no?
Hmm.
So okay,
Hmm.
we can just click and see what is the error
Path I have to give.
path it is asking. Yeah. What is our path here?
Student.
Student. Can you open the URL? Can you write the URL, please? One. What is the URL? You can open the Notepad++, please. What is how what is how our URL will look like? What is the first thing? Method.
Like this now.
First is methods. You first write the okay, or else I can send you this. No? Maybe I send this. Maybe somewhere in the chat. Okay, can you see there? I pinged you in chat. You can copy this. You got it, bro? Chat me. Okay. Sure. Okay. So if I look at this URL, no? So for our delete, you're saying we have to add a student over there. Okay. That means you are going to add a basic path there or sub path there in the flow. Now, can you relate actually what we did?
It is asking to update the student DB and then delete the student DB.
Yeah, correct. What I'm trying to say this in the delete, student/delete is there, no? So while typing the URL, you can go back to studio, please. Okay, let's try to now do reverse engineering. Okay, so where have you defined the method? First, one by one, we'll go. What is the method? What is the listener method that we thought of? In the Notepad++, you will see.
Delete.
Delete. Okay. So where can we update that method? Yeah. We can update in listeners advanced. Yeah. He had allowed methods in.
the-
Okay. Fine. Next. Next, what is the general? Yeah, go to general. What else is there in the URL? Can you see?
Configurations.
Can you please open the URL? No, not this one. URL from Notepad++. Okay. So next part is our protocol, IP port, and basic path. Can you please check whether this protocol, IP port, and basic path is proper? Where have we configured that? That is there in HTTP.
Basic configuration. Go.
Yeah. Can you click on edit and see the details are matching? Okay. Is protocol matching? Port is matching. Is your base path is matching?
Protocol is matching. Host is matching. Basic part is matching.
So only now what you have to give is subpath, correct? Where you will give that subpath?
Subpath, I think we'll give it here.
Correct. Don't give caps and all. It has to be. Yeah. Okay. Save this now. Perfect. Can you change the flow name also to student DB API delete flow?
Okay.
Okay. Perfect. Now, can you just add a logger? The logger can say that delete request for perfect. Delete request for student DB received. Okay. You can give a response message as well.
Where can I give a response message?
For that, you can go to transform message. Transform message. You can do one thing, bro, before that. Just click on console and see whether the changes till now you did, whether it got deployed. Caused, it is saying some error, flow not complete. What is the error? Go on the right side. What is the abstract nodes of core abstract next to content message processor is expected. Okay, might be when you are doing in between. Go to the left side, clear the messages in the console. Okay, now add a transform message. Same how you have done above, no? Similarly. Okay. You can just rename this. This is for our understanding only, that renaming. Response payload. We call data that shows here as payload. So I'm saying what is the response payload I want to send. Okay. Now I want to send a message. Student database deleted. How will you do that? Sorry. Okay. Do you see any error messages in your development flow now? one more interesting part, Rakesh. You can see right extreme, right side down extreme, right side down extreme. You can see. See there. It was showing you percentage, no? When it was about to deploy, no? It was showing
Hmm.
you percentage. So that is where you see actually the progress. Okay, how the progress is happening. Let's see. Once it gets okay. See. Read the message. Read the message. Go there. See, what does it say? Message source listener on flow student DB API update flow successfully reconnected. And also on the flow student DB API delete flow successfully reconnected. So what do I understand now? I have two flows now. Okay. One is with update flow, one is with delete flow. Correct? So it has been deployed.
Hmm.
Now can you send a request and read the actual see the response? Before that, again you clear the logs. Yeah, this is for update. You can test once. No, don't change this. Don't change this. Keep this as it is. Create one more there. Add one more request.
How do I add one more
Uh,
request?
the about tab is there, no? The before after that there is a plus about tab. Little more above. There are tabs actually. There is a plus. Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay. You can check both of the endpoint whether it is working. Yeah, DP request. You can see the error message. Sorry, not error message. Console message. It says student details update request received. Perfect. Now check your endpoint. Where is your endpoint? The next one which you added now. This is update one which I created. This is yours. Yeah. Hit the request for this. Perfect. Congratulations. You created first end API.
Deleted such a request for student received.
That is your message and this is your response. This is also 200. Okay.
Hmm.
I hope you got an idea now, fair idea. Like what is a logger
Hmm.
does, what is a response message means, what is our status code, what is our status message, what do you mean by endpoint, what is that method, how important is method, what is a base path, what is a sub path, and what happens if you give in the response message, if you just change that JSON to Java or Java to JSON, what happens actually in the response. So this is very
Hmm.
basic flows for us to understand. Okay, the different things that we discussed in the previous session, little hands-on on this. I hope this has given you little better idea now. Okay, over a period, what will
Yes,
happen?
ma'am.
We actually have in actual project. If you click on the headers, other than those fixed hidden headers, we have around 3-4 headers that we send. Along with that, in the params, we send some query parameter. So once you add all that, that keeps adding in your URL, and it becomes big actually. That we will see in the future session.
Hmm.
But yeah, any doubts or any questions till whatever we have discussed in the last 2-3 sessions? Anything you have?
Hmm. Last 2-3 sessions was completely theoretical.
Last
So
two.
now at least some idea I've got when I've done some hands-on.
Yeah.
Probably more doubts will be. I'll get more
Next session.
doubts when I do something more hands-on.
Yeah. Sure. Makes sense. Okay, so will
That
you
is
be
what I
now
believe.
independently, you will be able to create a flow, deploy, and see it, is it?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, fine. We have to do actually debugging as well, but we'll take it in the next session, how to debug and all. Because I
Mhm.
want to add little complexity to this flows and then start debugging. Okay,
Correct.
fine. So if we are good, then I will wind up with this session. Okay. For any doubts or any clarifications, I am available. You can always reach out to me. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you.